it going, guys? We're doing a little bit of TLC today. Mowing a farm lane behind me. I keep getting one of the wings down into the dirt. I think it's that one right there. But mowing a little bit of farm laneage and roadsides, and then I got a couple of small fields that we did not get planted this spring. They're pretty wet farms. They were just beyond wet. Even in July, we couldn't even get out there and get beans on them. They're just such a disaster. But it's August 22nd today, and we've actually had some rains the last couple of days, but we're pretty dry. It's August. As August goes, it usually gets pretty dry. So even though we've had a few rains the last couple of days, it's dry enough that we can get on these fields, mow the weeds down so we don't have a bunch of weed pressure. And then we're going to get in there and start doing some tillage on these fields. But my blower speed's so loud on my AC, you probably can't hear me. So we're going to do a little bit of cleanup today. So we're out here chopping down some weeds in a very weedy field that did not get planted this spring. This little one that I'm working in is like 9 or 10 acres. It's a triangle. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But anyway, running out of daylight, and I thought I'd get a few more quick clips. Trying to make a turn here. So we're not trying to make a perfect job back there. We're just basically taking care of the tall weeds so that the sunlight can get down the ground, dry it up just a tad more. Then here in the next couple days, weather permitting, we'll get in here with the chisel plow, work this farm. This has not been tilled up as far as I'm aware in 2 years, which is not, we don't like doing that to our farms, but it's just the way it was. And then we'll work the ground, sorry guys, slowing way down here. Work the ground up real nice and come in here and plant winter wheat. Again, all that weather permitting. There's some really, really tall stuff here. This is some lower ground. It's a little wet, typically, but it's August, so it's not too wet right now. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. We're mowing. Now we're running on 4850 front wheel assist, and I've just really fallen in love with this thing. It's a 15-speed power shift. I believe it's 5 reverse gears. I guess you can't see it too well. Anyway, and we're running the HX20 John Deere Batwing Bush Hog, which we love the John Deere series bush hogs, especially the newer ones with the smooth deck. They make a real easy cleanup at the end of the day. And really, I mean, you fold them up, everything comes to the center, and then you can just wipe it all off the center and shove it all towards the back axle. So they're really, really handy bush hogs. We really enjoy using that. And there is an absolutely beautiful Indiana sunset. I don't mind down here with the exhaust on the way to that. That's kind of frustrating. Anyways, I think I'll be mowing weeds well into the night, and same job, different day, or at least different shirt. Maybe it's the same day. Got 4 McFarlands. All right, we're back for chisel plowing. All right, so we're kind of running out of good daylight for any good videos. Well, we finally made it here to this farm, the one I was bush hogging the other night on my last set of videos. And there hasn't been much growth yet. It was a week ago tomorrow when I was doing that bush hogging. So what's there in the field hasn't really done much. It hasn't rained since, I don't think. So hasn't really had a chance to grow much, which is all right. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. So we're gonna go and see what we can get done on this field, and hopefully get a few more videos of running this chisel plow. It's a 13 shank sunflower chisel plow. We've had this thing since before my time at this farm, so earlier than 2012, definitely in 2011, and probably before that time. It's been a really great chisel plow. Wouldn't want anything different. Yeah, I literally didn't even go but 20 feet from that tree line, and I blew a hydraulic hose. So, not really a hydraulic hose actually. This fitting right here threads down inside that cylinder right there, just blew out for some reason. I can't explain it. So we're gonna pull that off and see if we can't find a fitting at the shop.
Alrighty, there's the chisel plow running.
Boss's
11-year-old is running that. He does a really good job. He's a pretty good operator. This is a farm just southeast of where I was mowing the other night and where I had my hydraulic line break off. They were bush hogging this last night while I was fixing that stinking hydraulic hose. And by the time I got it fixed and ready to go, I was pulled off to do a few other little projects. So it's getting turned over. It's looking really, really good. And
I'm gonna take off in the different mowing tractor here. 4450 hooked up to this Bush Hog brand 12715 Batwing. I think it's a 12 footer. It doesn't look like a full 15 foot. It's pretty narrow, in my opinion. Pretty sure it's 12. It might be a 15 footer. Maybe that's what the 15 stands for. My grandpa's got a 15 foot bush hog. It's a lot older than this one. It just seems wider, but who knows. Well, anyways, we're getting some of this ground worked down that we did not get farmed this spring or planted this spring. It all pretty much grown up to stuff about that tall. Not for lack of care. It's a nice quote-unquote green manure cover crop, if you will. Now we've mowed it. It's nice and shredded down. And now it's getting turned over and worked into the soil. And having the weeds growing through the spring and early summer, and we had gobs and gobs of rain, more rain than we've ever had in a spring. I kept a lot of this kind of, I wouldn't say highly erodible, but this is a rolling hilly farm, and kept it from eroding out. If it had been chisel plowed last fall, like we would have loved to do, and with nothing holding it together, it would have been all eroded down in the valleys, and a lot of this topsoil would have washed down to the edge of the woods over there and into that swamp there. It would have been a different story. So it's a lot of work to get it cleaned up, but we are finding this is probably the best route as far as caring for our land. This is unreal. I don't know how well you guys can tell it out there. I don't know if you can kind of see my hood's kind of right there. You see how tall this, I think it's ragweed is what we're driving through. And it's literally 2.5 to 3 foot over the height of the hood. And I literally have no idea where I'm going. I'm just following the edge of the path beside me. And it's, I guess it's the best all-natural cover crop we've ever raised. Well, it's another day, and I'm finally the one running the chisel plow. And I haven't blown out a hydraulic hose, so I'm doing real good, I guess. And we're onto a farm. Well, from when I started my videos, we're on about the 4th farm of mowing down the quote-unquote cover crop and then chisel plowing the ground up, and then as this settles down, we'll start getting it disked down real nice and fine. As I stated before, these fields will be our beginning of our wheat crops for the upcoming 2020 growing season. So there's not going to be a lot of videos of me chisel plowing right now because it's nighttime, and literally what you're seeing is about all there is to see. So just letting you know we are making some progress, moving along.
It's a big bud. I didn't think we had any of these around here. It's 5 1/4. Awesome. I love big buds. I'd love to have one. I don't know who this is. I'm just in the neighboring county right now. And I think it should have plenty of power to pull that. What is that? A 9-shank deep ripper? That thing's awesome.
And now we're doing some finish work. See it back there too well, but we've got our 37-foot soil finisher going. And unfortunately I didn't get here until about 10:30 at night, so the conditions are dark and pretty dusty. So working on making a nice smooth seed bed out there. Doesn't do it justice on my video. But we're getting groundwork down to seed our winter wheat into. This is ground that was chisel plowed and ran the disc over it once. You can kind of see out there. No packer or rolling basket behind the disc, just to knock down the clods from the chisel plow, and then we're gonna finish it off with the soil finisher. The soil finisher does have, I believe it's a 5-bar spike harrow on the back, and then a rolling basket attached to the frame even beyond there. So it does a pretty good job. We'll do at least, I think we'll end up doing 2 passes of the soil finisher, to be honest with you, and then probably that'll be good. I guess it kind of depends on what the boss man says, though. I'm out of the woods, so I need to turn around. So we'll update more here shortly. That looks kind of shaky up there, but I've got my window mount with me today. I almost always forget it. It's always unintentional when I forget it. But anyways, I grabbed it today, and it's daylight enough that you can actually see me in my video. So we're back here at the first farm that I brought the chisel plow to, where I had the hydraulic line blow off or break off. Hold on, I'm driving by a telephone pole. I don't really care to hit it. Success. Anyways, basically the last farm we have left to chisel plow at this point. The first one I went to, the last one we're actually going to do. And we have not started planting any wheat yet. We're starting to work down some of the ground. I think I got some video of that the other night. So this is kind of chopped up now. But getting stuff worked down and fit it down to plant into. And at the same time, hey, my lighting just changed, so I'm facing the sunset. At the same time, we're out trying to make hay. And for about a week or so, week and a half, we had a huge mammoth cleaning project. Pretty much at every single one of our farm locations, as in where there's buildings or anything like that. Just tidying up messes and cleaning stuff up that had been just scattered around and trimming things up. We had a banker that wanted to come out and look at things, so we had to kind of, we have nice stuff, just sometimes it's hidden by some weeds. So anyways, we're kind of preoccupied with that too, and we really should have been out here in the field working, but that's neither here nor there. So anyways, we're going to be hopefully hitting the wheat planting at the beginning of next week if everything goes as we anticipate. And we're only like a week behind where we'd like to be in planting wheat, but we're also like literally a month ahead of where we normally are due to the fact we had so many acres that didn't get planted last spring, this spring, like 2019 spring. So we're still way ahead on our wheat planting progress, so we're not sweating it or anything. But I guess yeah, I'll let you guys ride around on the window mount here for a little while I do some work and get a few different shots to kind of tie into my videos. Alright, so just a quick follow-up comment or just a note is it's September 19th and we pretty much haven't had a dry spell at all this summer or fall. Or I guess not fall yet, but you know, into September. You know, normally come August, middle of August, end of August, we can stop mowing our yards. We might not be able to make any hay for a while because it's just so dry it's not growing back. We did not experience that this year. I've never seen grass stay so green all year long. Look at that! It's a drill! Alright, well we're finally gonna start planting some winter wheat. A couple of weeks behind what we deemed our schedule would be. But that's because it's rained a lot. As 2019 has been, it just keeps on raining. So we're at a farm that's actually extremely sandy, and if you look out here, it's a little rutted up. It's not really that bad. It looks bad, but it's not that bad. But that's from pulling in, was it Thursday maybe of last week, or Tuesday of last week, I can't remember now. And it was so wet when we got here, we decided we couldn't plant. So there's no seed in this air seeder yet. It's not really set up yet for planting wheat. So I'm going to be spending the better portion of the daylight hours this evening getting that set up. So hopefully I can get you some video, but it's probably going to be after dark. But eventually we'll wrap up this whole preparing for and planting winter wheat video series. And we're finally planting our winter wheat. We're only about 3 weeks behind when we planned to start planting it, but we're not late by any means. It's only October 7th. We did intend to start planting around the middle of September. However, as 2019 seems to be, it's been a wet fall. It started raining about, but we were still doing our tillage and stuff on our wheat ground in the middle of September. That's when a lot of those videos came out. September probably 10th, 12th through about September 22nd, 25th is when a lot of those videos were taking place early on in this series. And come about maybe September 28th, which is my brother's birthday, it started raining. We got, well, one weekend we got 5 inches of rain. That kind of set us back for a bit, so we're kind of close to the end of the field here. You can't really see the woods out there, but I can see them, and they're about 150 yards in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and get turned around here and catch back up with you in a second. Alright, so we are finally planting our 2019 winter wheat crop, or I should say we're planting our winter wheat crop of 2019 to be harvested in 2020. So hashtag plant 19 is still underway. It's been a little bit touch and go in this field, like I mentioned earlier. It's a touch wet. I'm doing some headlands right now, and I'm pointing down towards the corner of the field that when we first came into that corner of the field, we actually had to use a diff lock and really fight to get out of that corner because it was wet. And this is some pretty sandy ground. But like I mentioned before, as 2019 seems to be going, it's been wet, and we're fighting it to the bitter end, it seems. So. Also, on another note, and those videos will be starting to come up soon too. Hold on a sec here. Yes, we'll leave that on. Harvest just began as well. Well, that's cool, right? Hopefully, we'll be getting some harvest videos coming in the next week or two as well. I have yet to be a part of it. I've moved one semi, I think. I've been busy in the shop, getting stuff going, and busy now planting. So I have not been a part of harvest yet. We've been into soybeans and corn. We started with corn because we had a few acres that were actually ready to go of corn. And I couldn't tell you how many acres we've harvested yet. Probably at least 200. Well, that's a little extreme. Probably at least 150. Judging by what I know has come out of the field so far. And we've also been working on soybeans. They're working on soybeans today, and started this 2 days ago on soybeans, and ran Saturday on soybeans, switched over to corn, ran some corn on Sunday, and then switched back to soybeans today. It's Monday. And so that's pretty cool. We're rolling in the good fields, so look for some more videos to be coming going forward with wheat planting and hashtag harvest 19.